Yuna, you know what to do. The Aeons!
We Aeons.
Call them!
Call us!
Yes. Here it comes!
Yuna!
With Braska's final Aeon gone, Yu Yevon has freed himself from his little armor of chains. And for whatever reason, we're on top of his sword, floating in the weird space of non-space. But yeah, what we have to do now is we have to summon through all of the Aeons that we have at our disposal. Anima, Yojimbo, and Magus Sisters, you will not have to fight them if you don't have them yourself. This is Yuna summoning her Aeons through herself, and we're gonna have to go ahead and kill them. So starting off, we're gonna go backwards. We will start with the Magus Sisters. If I recall, all of these Aeons have the same stats and abilities that they had with you, and Tidus has 1 HP because we didn't, this is a transition, crud. So yeah, they're meant to be defeated pretty easily. They're not like in-game bosses. So whatever HP they have, whatever max HP they have, that's what you're just gonna have to deal with when we're fighting them. And so at this point, I want to say, I still think that Braska's final Aeon is more deserving of what we call as the final boss, purely for this. Well, aside from Yu Yevon taking over the Aeons, we'll take them over. And it's actually kind of cool that he splits off into 3 just for the Magus Sisters, because there's 3 of them. And they changed their color palette. Look at them, they look really cool. So you have Cindy, Sandy, and Mindy. But on top of us, if you look at our, if you look on top of our heads, let me see if I can show it. No, maybe not. But yeah, on top of our heads is a little halo. That halo is auto life. I guess what's happening is that, in order for us to defeat Yu Yevon once and for all and to get rid of Sin, the Fates and all of the other Aeons and whatnot, they have given us the ability to res up as many times as we please. So yeah, we can't die. You physically cannot lose once Braska's final Aeon has been defeated. You can get soft locked like I have because you're too damn weak to do any sort of damage against the Aeons. That only happened the one time, and I didn't really know mechanics, as I said before. So there's no point in really buffing yourselves. However, if you have Sensor or if you have Scan, the tooltip actually changes when you hover over the Aeons. Gotta say goodbye, don't cry, and stop the suffering. Yep, at this point, all we can really do is just take them down one by one. We are essentially killing them off. They are no longer going to be awake. They will forever go to sleep, and they can finally stop dreaming. Unfortunately, because these are Aeons, the only way to really deal with them is through overdrives that are guaranteed to hit. Or, let me see. I'm not using self-destruct. I saw my eyes glaze over it. I'm not using self-destruct. But yeah, overdrives will hit them for sure. Magic will hit them for sure. any physical attacks have a high chance of missing, so keep that in mind. For the Magus sisters, starting off, I would suggest killing off Mindy because she is the weakest in terms of HP. Next up, you'll want to target Sandy, and then Cindy technically has the ability to revive, but she just doesn't do it when we're fighting her. So that's weird. Oh, Kamisato! Or Kamisad! Kamisade? Yeah, that's her attack. Oh, Jesus. that hurt. And Autolife, for whatever reason, had this weird, like, half-baby thing with really long hair. And it doesn't go away. So, yeah, we physically cannot die from this battle. So, you could try to haste them up and make this go a little bit faster, just to make the pain a little less painful. The problem with that is, your buffs get removed at the end of every battle. You can also summon Aeons, however, if I can actually get a hold of Yuna... Oh, also thank God that the pagodas actually target them individually. If I can get out Yuna, go over to summon, go all the way down. We don't have the option, we don't even have an option for our Magus sisters anymore, and that's because we summon them here and we're killing them right here now. Fortunately, I think I should be good with just pummeling them to death. Oh, I say that, but I just remembered I literally just got finished saying that physical attacks are most likely to miss. Alright, Sandy, come on, I need you to go to sleep, honey. Alright, Waka, I need you over here, my friend. Okay, maybe that's not gonna work out. Oh no, why'd you haste? Okay, so what I might actually have to do instead is go ahead and summon an Aeon, so that way, like, we won't... Oh, actually, because one of the sisters is dead, they can't use their overdrive, right? They can't, right? They shouldn't be able to. There we go! Sandy's dead. And all we have left is Mindy. Wait, you have refresh? Oh, I learned it way too late. Oh, I forgot. Well, shoot. Lulu, you know, one of you girls, you're gonna have to spell for me. As such, it's not really, there's not a high importance of using cure and whatnot if they end up dying. It just prevents them from dying quicker in my head. But because you have auto life, there's not really much of a point. Well, granted, auto life's animation is really long. Well, long-ish. There we go. Alright, all we have left is Cindy. And hopefully this little bout of magic will be good enough for it. Actually, Waka, can we do an Aurochs reel? It should focus on Cindy. Okay, I got a mostly water attack. I believe you want to use the Aurochs reel over any of the other flip. Nope, you decided to attack the pagoda, you sucker. Anyways, you probably want to use the Aurochs reel because it actually does a lot more damage than the other reels, and you technically have the ability to use any of the three. It's just a lot more to manage. Okay, Cindy, seriously, I really need you to go sleep, honey. And with that, the Magus sisters are gone. We got these Aeons back at Remium Temple. They were the last set of Aeons to get after defeating Belgamine and getting the, what was it, the Flower Scepter or the Blossom Crown? One of the two. The little girls of three sisters. Whether blood related or not, I have no idea. At any rate, that is the first of many battles. Next up is Yojimbo. Yojimbo we got back at the Cavern of the Stolen Faith and was being protected, I guess, from Lulu's first summoner that she was guarding. We didn't really get a chance to use him, but that's because I was broke as all hell, and technically he's also a really broken Aeon. Although I find him to be very greedy, asking me for money when he doesn't ask for other people for money. And there we go. And look at them, he even has a little doggy dog out of there. Take my life, he says. And that we shall. Unfortunately, because they are Aeons, they are also immune to any and all status effects. Wow! Yo, Jimbo, your HP was tiny! Huh. But yeah, with each Aeon dead, we essentially free Yu Yevon once again, and then he goes to find his new host. And with each Aeon that we're killing, Yuna gets sadder and sadder, knowing that she'll never be able to summon those very same Aeons. Knowing that those fates are also going to be gone once and for all. The last of the 3 extra Aeons is Anima. Anima was Seymour's mother, his human mother, from a time before. And although Seymour does have the possession of Anima, he only used it the one time, and effectively I guess he's the one that sealed her away in Baj Temple, which was the very first temple we've visited in the game, if you want to say that. So the only thing we really have to worry about for this one is pain, since that does instant death. Because we have auto life, it's fine, it's just that's the only big issue we're gonna have to deal with. And with this, thus I atone, Anima says. Seymour's mother is using this to rid the world of sin, to free her son of pain, or at least atone for the fact that her son became such a monster. And you know what? I was really kidding about that pain. Why did you do it? Anima. But honestly, I have to say, Anima has to be like the coolest looking Aeon when Yu Yevon takes her over. Look at her! She's terrifying! And the little like red linings on her arms is actually pretty gorgeous, if I say so. And with that, there are all of the extra Aeons that we've gotten. And from this point on, if you didn't get any of those 3 extra Aeons, the only ones you're gonna have to fight is these 5. The ones that we got through the story itself. So, let's go ahead and get Bahamut out here. Bahamut is the Aeon that we got from the Bell Temple after the whole wedding fiasco. That was great. He is definitely the strongest of the 5 main story Aeons, purely on the fact that we don't need a celestial weapon to unlock his overdrive limit. And he starts off with what? Tier 3 magics and a whole lot of attacks. In all honesty, I think I've underused them as much just because of that basis. Yu Yevon will go ahead and possess him. And honestly, like, anytime Yu Yevon possesses the Aeons, they just look absolutely terrifying. It's great, but holy mackerel. So for this one, I could just attack him. Soon, eternal rest, he says. The tiny little child that was in Tidus' house. I'm actually gonna go ahead and summon out Valefor. Because the more Aeons we defeat, the less Aeons that we're gonna have to use to summon. And honestly, Valefor has been really screwed out of any sort of airtime ever since I got all of the other Aeons. So, might as well make our last little fight a little bit meaningful. I kinda wish I had Grand Summon, but I don't have that ability. So, with that said, I'm just gonna poke him a few times. I said I was going to poke him a few times. You're gonna make my death meaningless, aren't you? Yeah, you're gonna make my death meaningless. I hate you. Crap. Oh, Valefor, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Oh gosh, please don't power wave me. Like, at any point, if these Aeons manage to get their overdrives, it's not gonna hurt me. I'm not gonna get a game over. But it's gonna take a long time for the animation to go through and for all of those auto lives to get triggered. Alright, Bahamut. Oh, if only I had Ultima. If only, but I don't. So, I'll do the next best thing. Ooh! I got an 8! I got an 8! Oh. That's not doing a lot of damage to Bahamut, though. Well, crap. However, he is almost dead. Yeah, he is very much almost dead. Oh, Walker could have killed him. And there we go. Bahamut is now down. He will soon have his eternal rest that he seeks. We're pretty much halfway there at this point. Next up on our list is Shiva. The Ice Aeon that we got back at Makalania Temple, and after finding out Seymour's true intentions of what he was going to do with Lady Yuna. Honestly, probably the easiest out of the Aeons to beat. So at this point, because all of the other Aeons we had, they were not attributed to an element. They are not element affiliated. Shiva, Ifrit, and Ixion, however, are affiliated, so theoretically they should have a weakness. But I think if we go into the screen, it's gonna say that they don't. Wait, no, don't attack Yuna, please. No, they can absorb the element, but they're not weak against anything. Please, defeat me, she says. So let's just go ahead and use the Firaga. She has a very small HP pool, but so it shouldn't be too... Yeah, like, just Yuna enough was able to take her out. The one that I'm really scared about is Ifrit, though. Because he has the bigger HP pool and a lot of physical attack. Next up is Ixion. Ixion, the Thunder Aeon that we got back at Jose Temple, directly after the events of Operation Mihen. It's kind of hard to believe we made it all this way after having that devastating blow back in not Mihen, Mushroom Rock with that operation, because the foes were decimated by Sin, and that's basically where Tidus confirmed that Sin is Jecht. So now we have to defeat the Thunder Pony. End it right here. And I will still be very bothered at the fact that we never had a Water Aeon. Which I'm assuming it was in development at some point. I'm just not sure why they didn't add in there. Power Wave all you want, Yu Yevon. It's not gonna make a goddamn difference. Okay, sure, I guess you'll just attack first. Crap! Stupid Ixion. Why do you have to be so fast? I'm actually curious, because I don't boost up their stats or their, or give them any new abilities. But I kind of wonder if I did give them any sort of abilities, would they try to use it here? In which case, like, if I happened to accidentally give him haste, he probably would have started off with haste. I don't know, at this point it's already too late to check. Well, that Ixion is down. We are down to our final two. We've come a long way, honestly, with all these Aeons at our disposals. We didn't get to use them a lot, but that's because they're overpowered as all hell. Ifrit, the Fire Aeon, back from Kilika Temple and Kilika Island. I think technically our first encounter with Sin Spawn, if you don't count Auron and Tidus' encounter at the very beginning of the game. But overall, like, he's definitely been quite the trooper. And unfortunately, I have to defeat said trooper, and that's what scares me. Please don't automatically kill me in one hit, man. I mean, you will just because I'm not healing, but... Distinguish me. Hold on, I thought you had I thought you had more HP than that. Huh, I've been neglecting you for all this time. I'm so sorry. Oh, Jesus, yeah, I've been heavily neglecting you. And with that, 7 Aeons down, and 1 left to go. Our final Aeon, but also our first. Veil 4, we got back at Besaid Island, Besaid Temple. The very first Aeon that Yuna got to make herself a fledgling summoner to a actual summoner. And the only Aeon of the entire group that apparently has second overdrive, which still bothers me to this very day. If we actually got the chance to check out the Fate statue, because you have the ability to go back to the Fate statues, and I'll show them in an extra episode later on. But yeah, this is it confirms that Veil 4 is technically female, because the Fate was used as female, or at least that's what it seems like it's doing. At any rate, Veil 4 is telling us to strike her down, and that we shall.